Good evening and welcome to our documentary series, The Search for Gold. Today we are diving into the fascinating world of mining by exploring the story of Aurora Gold, a company renowned for its expertise in this field. Aurora Gold was founded in 2001, starting with just one mining project. Over the years, they have grown into a global leader in gold mining, known for their innovative methods, sustainability practice, and strong partnership with local communities. Their board of directors includes highly experienced individuals like YB Datuk Dr. Rabiatul NAZARUDIN, the Executive Chairman, Datuk Dr. NAJLA NAJWA Muhammad JAMAL, the President and CEO, and Tan Sri Nur HAIDAH NABILA HANAFI REDZUAN, the Senior Executive Vice President and CFO.
Assalamualaikum, I'm YB Datuk Dr. Rabiatul, Chairman of Aurora Gold for nearly 10 years. This is important thing I need to mention, which is Aurora Gold use this method area of interest to calculate all the costs incurred in our gold mining process. The area of interest method allocate cost specific geological zone identified as a potential mining site where costs are accumulated for each area of interest until its feasibility is determined. If economically feasible, these costs are capitalized, otherwise they are expensed.
Hi, I'm Tan Sri Nur HAIDAH, the CFO of Aurora Gold Group Berhad. As we should know, mining is not just about extracting gold, it's about exploring new opportunities and managing costs effectively. At Aurora Gold, exploration and stripping activities are essential steps that pave the way for successful and sustainable gold production. So the first step of gold mining exploration, which is the backbone of Aurora Gold's operation, it involves identifying promising geological locations such as North America, Latin America and Asia Pacific, America and Middle East. Exploration costs can be determined by aggregating all expenses incurred during the exploration phase. In North America, exploration costs $150 million driven by advanced drilling and feasibility studies. In Latin America and Asia Pacific, the cost was $250 million, focusing on 3D geological modeling and resource validation. Meanwhile, Africa and the Middle East required $145 million for comprehensive geophysical surveys and feasibility studies. So after we explore, we need to move to the stripping, which involves the removal of overburden, which is the layers of soil and rock to access valuable ore. Stripping costs are calculated based on three main categories, which is direct cost, indirect cost and capital cost, where the formula for the stripping cost is to add all of the costs in the three main categories that I have mentioned just now. So after we calculate the stripping cost, the stripping ratio will be measured where the volume of overburden removed to ore extracted. For example, in North America and Latin America and Asia Pacific, the current stripping ratio is 4:1, exceeding the life of component ratio of 3:1. For Africa and Middle East, the current stripping ratio is 5:1, still exceeding the life of component ratio of 4:1, where the ratio came from the calculation of the areas for gold mining in cubic meters. Total stripping cost of North America amounted to $628.5 million, with $356.5 million capitalized during development and $272 million during production. An excess stripping cost of $157.1 million were capitalized, while $471.4 million were expensed. While for Latin America and Asia Pacific, stripping costs reached $664.8 million and development phase accounted for $372.8 million and $292 million was for production. Here, $166.2 million of excess costs were capitalized, while $498.6 million were expensed. And another stripping cost totaled $632.1 million, with $347.1 million capitalized for development and $285 million for production. And capitalized excess costs stood at $126.4 million, while $505.7 million were expensed in Africa and Middle East. Stripping costs linked to future economic benefits such as excess overburden removal are capitalized under IFRIC 20, which is stripping costs in the production phase of a surface mine. Meanwhile, costs for current period or extraction are expensed as operating costs. At Aurora Gold, we approach mining with precision and responsibility, ensuring every dollar spent translates to long-term value. From exploration to stripping, every step is a calculated move toward a sustainable future in gold production.
How we will calculate our development costs and how we decide which costs will capitalize and which we expense. We will be using IAS 16, IAS 38, and IAS 23 as our guide. Let's break it down step by step. Okay, so we were working with these three regions: North America, Latin America, and Asia Pacific, and Africa. The Middle East. Each region has different costs that we categorize into capitalizes and expenses based on the future economic benefit. So let's go through each region and calculate the total development cost while categorizing each cost according to IAS standard. North America, under IAS 38, we capitalized $30 million for exploration rights and $50 million for exploration and evaluation activity, as these costs provide long-term benefit like legal right and confirmation of recoverable resources. On the other hand, $10 million for feasibility study was expended due to their preliminary nature. Also have capitalized under IAS 38. For tangible asset, we capitalized $200 million for land preparation and underground drives, $300 million for processing facility, and $30 million for equipment and machinery. Additionally, borrowing costs of $26.5 million, 5% of tangible asset were capitalized under IAS 23. The total development cost for North America was $646.5 million. Next, we go to Latin America and Asia Pacific. In this region, we capitalized $15 million exploration right and $80 million for exploration and evaluation activity. Similar to the North America, $50 million for feasibility study was expensed. For tangible asset, $120 million was capitalized for land preparation, $250 million for processing facility, and $25 million for equipment and machinery. Borrowing costs of $19.75 million, 5% of tangible assets were capitalized. The total development cost for this region amounted to $594.75 million. Last is Africa and the Middle East. In this region, $30 million for exploration right and $40 million for exploration and evaluation activity were capitalized, while $50 million for feasibility study was expensed. For tangible asset, $250 million was capitalized for land preparation, $120 million for processing facility, and $12 million for equipment and machinery. Borrowing cost of $19.1 million, 5% of tangible assets were capitalized. The total development cost for the region came to $521.1 million. That's all. Thank you.
Good day, I'm Dr. NAJLA, the CEO and President of Aurora Gold Group Berhad. At Aurora Gold, we believe that mining responsibly is not just a commitment, but a core principle that guides all our actions. So, the restoration cost represents the projected financial outlay necessary to rehabilitate the mining site after its operational activities have concluded. This ensures adequate resources are designated throughout the mine's operational period to rehabilitate the environment effectively. It reflects our dedication to sustainable practices, environmental responsibility, and adherence to international regulations like
IFRS 37, which requires the recognition and management of restoration liabilities. Additionally, IFRIC 1 provides guidance on accounting for changes to restoration liabilities, whether due to revised cost estimates or shift in market-based discount rates.
This highlights the importance of strategic financial planning for site rehabilitation. Aurora Gold Group Berhad recognizes that sustainable development is essential to upholding responsible mining practices. Our restoration initiatives are strategically designed to minimize the long-term environmental impact of our operations while ensuring that the land is effectively rehabilitated for future generations. By focusing on protecting and restoring biodiversity, we not only reduce costs and manage future risks, but also strengthen our credibility with stakeholders. The calculation of restoration costs involves three key steps. steps. The first step is to predict the future cost, which is the expected expenditure after accounting for inflation over the mine's useful life. The second step calculates the present value to represent the value of this future expense in current terms, considering the discount rate. Finally, the present value is divided by the mine's lifespan to calculate the annual allocation required. So let's explore the restoration cost for Aurora Gold's operations across 3 regions. In North America, the restoration cost starts with an initial estimate of $25 million for a mine with a lifespan of 15 years. After accounting for inflation and discount rates, the future cost is estimated at $39 million and the present value is $16 million. The annual allocation required is $1.08 million to ensure proper funding. For Latin America and Asia Pacific, the initial estimated restoration cost is $20 million with a mine lifespan of 12 years. After adjustment, the future cost is calculated at $29 million and the present value is $16 million. This leads to an annual allocation of $1.32 million per year. In Africa and the Middle East, the restoration cost is based on an initial estimate of $18 million for a mine with a lifespan of 10 years. The future cost is estimated at $24 million and the present value is $12 million. The required annual allocation over the 10 years is $1.23 million annually. Aurora Gold systematically calculates and allocates restoration expenses to ensure sufficient funds are reserved for the responsible rehabilitation of its mining sites. This approach highlights our commitment to environmental sustainability, strategic financial planning, and building lasting trust with our stakeholders.
Now we will get more detail with Aurora Gold accountant to understand how depletion is calculated for their asset. So, Ms. Isabel, can you introduce yourself and share how Aurora determines the depletion of each asset and how this calculation affect production planning?
I've been working as a cost accountant at Aurora Gold for 3 years, handling cost structures and making sure our asset depletion calculation are spot on. So we account for all exploration, acquisition, restoration and development costs to calculate asset depletion. So for example, in Africa and the Middle East, the total cost was $708.39 million, which include $145 million for exploration, $30 million for acquisition, $12.29 million for restoration and $521.1 million for development. So the salvage value was estimated at 15% of the total cost, amounting to $106.26 million. Subtracting this from the total cost, we arrive at depletion base of $602.13 million, which is allocated over the asset useful life. So dividing this by the estimated production of 1.59 million tons gave us a depletion rate of $378.8 per ton. So by multiplying this rate by the production volume, the depletion cost total $602.09 million. So in North America, the process was same. So the total cost was $842.75 million with a salvage value of $126.41 million, leaving a depletion base of $716.34 million. With an estimated production of 1.88 million tons, the depletion rate was $380.07 per ton, resulting in a total depletion cost of $715.73 million. So for Latin America and Asia Pacific, the total cost was $910.62 million. It was a salvage value of $136.59 million. So this resulted in the depletion base of $774.03 million. So we estimated production of 2.04 million tons, and the depletion rate was $379.53 per ton, and the depletion cost came to $773.99 million. So it's the same formula every time, straightforward but critical for accurate reporting, and that's how the depletion costs were worked out for these 3 regions. Simple as that. So To ensure accuracy and alignment with standard practice, we calculated depletion cost by referring to three reliable resources. First, we used the formula outlined by Wall Street module, which defined the depletion expenses as cost minus salvage value divided by estimated number of units and times number of units extracted. So this formula provided the foundation for allocating costs systematically to the extracted resources. So next, we explore a practical example from a YouTube video which demonstrated how to calculate the depletion base and rate per unit by considering key factors such as acquisition cost, restoration cost, and salvage value. So this hands-on example helped us better understand the formula real-world application. So finally, we refer to the illustration from execution which detail the depreciation under depletion method. So in the example, the unit depletion rate and annual depletion costs were calculated based on the resources extraction data and further solidifying our approach. So by combining this insight, we ensure that our calculations are true, accurate, and in line with the best practice for resources management and financial reporting. So this calculation also plays a vital role in our production planning. So by knowing the depletion cost per ton, we can strategically allocate resources, ensuring profitability while maintaining operational efficiency. So it also helps us assess the remaining life of the asset and decide when to invest in new exploration. So furthermore, the precious allocations of costs in our financial report support accurate budget and long-term decision making. So ultimately, understanding depletion not only aids in resources management but also align with our commitment to sustainable and responsible mining practice.
Thank you, Ms. Isabel, for the explanation. So now, let's take a closer look at our goal of incredible journey.
So now we at extraction part. So we will find the manager here to talk more about extraction. So Mr. Afiq, can I know the extraction methods and how Aurora balance cost effectiveness with sustainability for this process?
Okay, first of all, my name is ASYRAAF. I'm the operator of the Aurora Go, which handles the exploration phase. Here we are at Lulu Gong Koto. We choose this as a potential phase for us to strip the gold. So back to your question regarding the method used, we Aurora Gold Group Berhad use the area of interest method for extractive and mining activities. I know you must be hearing about this method for the first time. It's okay, I will explain a little bit. This method ties expenses to specific areas with proven or potential economic viability. So the costs are capitalized if resources are found, but expand immediately if exploration is unsuccessful. As you know, NAJIHAH, this approach promotes a fiscal responsibility, efficient resource use, realistic financial reporting, and avoids the unnecessary fundraising that emphasize the transparency and financial management. For your information, we at another site which is in Kibali, where there is also one of the place that has a lot of gold resources. We can do the explorative and also extractive activities.
Thank you, Mr. Afiq. Can you explain how stripping plays a role in making extraction efficiency?
Okay, so for the question you asked, we Aurora Group incurs a stripping cost in removing the materials to access gold during the development and production. These costs are treated as a development asset and amortized during operations. So it costs that increase access to future reserve are capitalized and amortized, while those that directly improve production are expenses which approach to ensure that proper cost allocation. If you want to know why we are doing this, is because we Aurora Group aims to minimize the stripping cost for better operational efficiency and also financial management.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Afiq, for the explanation. That's all from us. Exploration is a critical part of gold mining. Today we are by the river with one of the Aurora lead scientists to discuss potential new gold reserve. So now I'm with the scientist. Can you introduce yourself and tell us how Aurora identified the areas which promising gold deposit? Also the method and technology do you use for exploration in location? Like this.
Okay, my name is AHMAD bin HASNAN. I am scientist of Aurora Gold. So this is a great example of how we use a combination of traditional and modern technique. To explore for gold, we start by looking at the river itself. The river can often carry gold particles from upstream deposit. We use a variety of methods to collect samples of the river sediment and analyze them for gold content. We also use a technique called alluvial sampling. This involves digging trash and collecting samples of soil and gravel that have been deposited along the riverbank. This sample can provide valuable clues that presence of gold deposit upstream. Once we identify area of interest along the river, we use more advanced techniques like ground penetrating radar and electromagnetic survey. This technology allows us to beneath the surface of the earth and identify potential gold deposit that might be hidden underground.
Besides, we also use remote sensing technologies like satellite imagery and aerial photography. This tool help us identify areas that are most likely to host gold deposits. It is all about using variety of techniques to get a complete picture of geology and pinpoint the most promising areas for further exploration.
We consistently working to improve our exploration technique and technologies. We are always looking for new way to identify gold deposit more efficient and sustainably. It's a challenging but rewarding process. We're proud to be part of it.
Thank you, Mr. Izanee, for the explanation. So now I'm at the riverside. So the where we are exploring one of the Aurora significant mining areas, Lulo Gonfoto. So now I'm with the one of the workers here. Hi.
Hi.
Can you tell us what makes this site so valuable to Aurora Gold and what the steps taken during exploration and development to unlock the potential?
Okay, thank you for the question. Okay, here is our site, Lulu Gonfoto, located in Mali, within a gold district that holds around 20 million ounces of untapped potential. We saw the opportunity and value here early on, and we got to secure exclusive mining rights to a massive 5,000 hectare area. That gives us full control over the exploration and extraction, which is critical when working in such a gold belt. Okay, this was a very big investment, no doubt. We spent over $204 million overall in direct stripping costs. Of that, $55 million went into clearing the overburden, that the thick layer of the soil and the rock that sit on the top of the deposit. Another $50 million was dedicated to exploratory drilling. We drilled over 180 boreholes to map out the underground structure and pinpoint the gold deposit. Precision work like this require skilled contractor, and we allocate an extra around $27 million just for effective drilling and blasting to reach deeper reserve. Due to remote environment, we face challenges on our heavily machinery fuel, which the fuel alone costs around $22 million. Plus, the harsh tropical condition took a toll on our equipment, so we had to invest around $10 million in maintenance to keep everything running smoothly. why we still focus on this site even despite of these challenges. It is because this site is the key to Aurora gold future. The potential here is huge and it's aligned with our commitment to sustainable mining and supporting the local communities. Solo Ganco is set to be a cornerstone of our African operation, and we're confident it will play a big role in increasing our production capacity down the line.
So thank you. What's your name?
Izzati.
Thank you, Izzati, for the explanation. So here is the explanation. That's all from us at the site review. Thank you. Now we are on site Kibali to learn about stripping cost and efficiency in mining operation. Now I'm finding the manager here. So we will go to the manager and ask a few questions. Hello, you are manager here.
Yeah, I'm the manager here.
So can you explain how stripping costs are split between the development and production phase? And does the stripping cost ratio reflect operational efficiency here?
Oh, so before I'm tired. working. Okay, so before I ask your question, is this your first time come to Kibali?
Yes, it's my first time.
Oh, your first time come to here.
Yes.
So, how's the environment here? Is it good?
Good. Sometimes rain, sometimes hot. So
Yeah. This is the environment here. Sometimes not stable.
yeah.
Okay, so my question again? Okay. So to answer your question, so actually at Kibali we have made the total stripping cost. The incurred amounted around $632.1 million. That are reflecting the scale and also the complexity of the operations that are required to reach the high grade gold reserve. Okay, so the amount that I told you, that $632.1 million, so it's actually divided by the two phases. Okay, the first one is the development phase and the second one is the production phase. Okay, so the development phase, we are focusing on the preparing the mining site for future extraction. They are actually accounted around $347.1 million. Okay, so and it also was fully capitalized as part of the company's long-term assets. Okay, so the second phase, that which is the production phase, that the remaining $265 million was allocated to the production phase, that covering ongoing stripping activities essential for sustaining operations. Okay, so under operation phase, we actually divided by two costs, which is direct cost. They are total around $204 million, and two, the indirect cost, we are contribute around $81 million. Okay, so KPI, key performance indicator, in mining in the stripping ratio, which represents the volume of waste and also remove the relative to the ore extracted. Okay, so at Kibali here, the stripping ratio was calculated by dividing 500 meter cube of waste by 100,000 meter cube of ore, so resulting in a ratio of 5:1. So this indicates that for every cubic meter of ore mined, 5 cubic meters of waste had to be stripped away. So however, the life of component stripping ratio was lower at 4:1. So meaning that an excess of 100,000 meter cube of waste had to be managed. Okay, so the excess waste volume of 100,000 meter cube was multiplied by this unit cost, which is resulting around the capitalized cost $126.42 million. Okay, so why is important? This strategic Kibali is important to Aurora Gold because of it's a long-term operational that is efficiency and also profitability. So that's all.
Thank you, Mr.
Arumugam
for the explanation.
Alright, welcome.
And
So
as a manager here,
Yeah.
what can you talk about this place?
Oh, actually we are doing, as I told you, we are searching the stripping the land here to find the high grade gold reefs. So look at the workers here. That's my friend.
Oh.
In my worker, and then so look at here. So quite big. Okay, alright.
So thank you, Mr. Arumugam.
Yes.
That's all from us. Here is that's all from stripping cost part. Thank you. After mining is done, restoration site is a crucial part. So as Aurora is committed to sustainability and environmental responsibility. So now I will find manager restoration here to ask a few questions. Hi, you are manager here.
I'm one of the manager that in charge in this construction site under the restoration.
Okay, can I ask a few questions to who's your name?
My name is Sir Aiman.
Okay, can I ask a few questions to Sir Aiman?
Yes.
So the question is, how does the company restore site like this one after gold extraction, and what the efforts are taken to return the area to its original or even improve the condition?
So basically at Aurora, we care about more than just mining gold. We are committed to restoring the environment after our work is done. Here we have invested 18 million USD, which is 25% of our global restorations budget. Our work focuses on fixing the land and helping it recover. For example, we have spent 3 million USD on waste management to safely handle mining by products, and also 2.6 million USD on ecological restorations to bring back native plant and wildlife.
Here we have also invested 2 million USD in topographical rehabilitations and 1.75 million in soil rehabilitations to take the land fertile again. These steps help the area support farming and natural ecosystem in the future. Come to Aurora Gold's water restoration sites. So basically, water is a big challenge in this region, and we take extra care to protect it during and after mining. So we have set aside 1.5 million USD for water management to make sure water sources stay clean and safe. This helps prevent contaminations and also keeps the water usable for people and also nature.
So this is the road that you have restored.
Yes, this is the example of the road that we have restoring, and the people can use it.
Furthermore, to stop erosions and protect riverbanks, we have invested $700 in erosions control and prevention. We also use $450,000 for monitoring and maintenance to make sure our restorations efforts work in the long term. These efforts show our commitment to taking care of water resources and helping the environment recover. As you guys know, at Aurora Gold, we believe in responsible mining that benefits both nature and also the community.
Thank you, Simon and the worker, for explanation just now. So that's all from us for restoration part. Thank you.
That's all from our documentary today, which Aurora Gold from mining to restoration. Their dedication to innovation and responsibility sets a benchmark for the gold mining industry. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Stay tuned for our next episode.
Même dans un sommeil éternel, même dans un sommeil